Hello, hello, my loves. How's my darlings? All right, so we are live. You know me, I talk too much, and I'll try not to spend too much time in a beginning opening, but you know me, I do talk too much. But I go where spirit leads me, and this is where spirit is leading me. First and foremost, I pray you guys are all well, and I pray that everything is working well for you and your family. And I pray that you had a beautiful Thanksgiving, that everything was perfect and there was no negative energy. But, but, we, whether you know it or not, I'll just say this. We walked through a portal yesterday that I don't think people even understand. And I'll just say this. I have not looked at the chat. I know you guys have been in here chatting, but I will tell you this. Energy is really off right now. There is a negative aspect to it all, but we need to understand where it's coming from and what it's leading us to. There is a heaviness and a tiredness and exhaustion and a feeling of being misdirected that is enveloping our community right now. I saw it, I felt it, I dreamt about it, and I was off kilter all day long. I'm not saying that my Thanksgiving wasn't beautiful. It was. I spent it with my family. I cooked them a good meal. I had lots of help from family. But I will tell you this. Even today, I am off kilter. Something's off. Even after meditation and prayer and the visions that I'm getting right now and the dreams that I had last night, something's off. Something's off. And whether you understand it or not, this is what we're going to talk about tonight. I know Friday night I agreed that I would do a recap of the weekly events, and that's what we're going to do. We're still going to do it. But I'm telling you right now, something is weird in the energy right now. Thanksgiving is and gratefulness and gratitude is supposed to feel uplifting, and something is wrong. Something made us feel like, okay, I'm grateful, but something is like pulling me down, and I don't know what it is. We're going to talk about it tonight. Now that's me. If it doesn't resonate with you, go ahead and turn it off. That's fine. But I'm telling you, something is off. We went through a portal last night because I dreamt it and I saw visions of it, and we broke through something that we're not quite prepared for. Now we have to move forward. I saw it. It's why I spend so many hours awake at night. Yes, I'm off kilter in my physical schedule of sleeping. I'd rather sleep during the day and be awake at night because it's very spiritual. But something is off. We broke through a portal last night and I saw us breaking through it, and we were an army charging through it. Wasn't too pretty though. Wasn't too pretty. The energy and the frequency and the vibration is so low, it's very dark. But the outcome was the sun. So we're pushing towards something. I saw it. It was just a day of Thanksgiving and understanding, what does that mean? I didn't want to get real heavy tonight. I just wanted to come on here and do Friday night recap. And I don't it's just, I'm just off kilter. I'm just telling you that right now. But I will tell you this. We're coming out of it. Now we're going to discuss how we get out of it. Was anybody else heavy in spirit? Did you see and feel something that just didn't feel right? You were fine and you were like on the three-dimensional surface, you were okay. But something just didn't sit right in your soul, right? Okay? Your gut, your intuitive ability. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, I'm going to take a minute because I do want to say hello to everyone that's in here. So give me a minute. I'm going to go say hello to everyone in the chat room. But you let me know, how was your day? How was your holiday? How is your day today? Like on the back end of it, what's going on? Because we're going to talk about it. Post Turkey Day chat. Yeah, gobble gobble turns into wobble wobble. Yep. Thank you, Dragonfly. You're beautiful. Yep. Beautiful. I love the fact that you guys talk to each other. Victoria, honey, muscle memory. If you know how to cook a turkey one time, you'll never forget. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right, darling. Dumpling, honey, you can make French toast without milk. It's all right. You can do it. You just got to kind of make it up as you go along. I love these beautiful stories. Oh, yeah. The pictures you guys have sent me, hilarious. Wild turkeys, snow, you name it, I have gotten them. And shouts out to Caroline. My God, this woman, I don't think she ever sleeps. Caroline, do you ever sleep, honey? She makes these thumbnails. She does all this stuff for me. Yeah. Y'all just keep talking to each other. Yeah. Nadia said, well, I forgot what I needed to do today, and the day went by because you were blindsided by the energy. Yep. Oh, wow. YouTube is just giving me a friendly reminder that I need to guard privacy and abide by the community guidelines. Fuck you, YouTube. This is my channel, and if you don't like it, bye-bye. Shh. I think everybody needs some uplifting dumpling. All right. All right. All right. I'm going as fast as I can. I can only read so fast. Hi, Christine, honey. You felt that something's off too. Yeah. All right. So now we're getting to the conversation of what I just said. There is something wrong and it's off kilter. Okay. But, hi, Michael. I love you. Lisa, honey, welcome, darling. All of you. Uh, Mary G, honey, I'm not ignoring you, but I'm telling you, the energy is very wrong right now. Not wrong in the fact that we can't overcome it, but we need to recognize it. Something is weird. We went through the whole thing, is what I just said. We went through the whole rat race of doing the normal thing, but intuitively in our gut, something is off. And then I had my vision, and then I meditated about it, and we busted through a portal yesterday and closed it off. And I felt it, and it sucked the energy right out of me. But it's a portal that draws our energy out. But once it was closed, our spirit and our soul didn't know how to react. So it just felt like, what is wrong? Something's not right. It changed the energy. I knew it. I saw it. God showed it to me. And I went, and it was just an army, and it was just chasing towards this. And it was like a little house, but it was a portal. And we busted through it. And once we busted through it, then it just burst into light. But we were so caught off guard that we just kind of stood around and went, what the hell is happening? I know that sounds weird. Jen sounds crazy. Jen always sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. Something is off. And then I figured it out. They allowed us to be uplifted in spirit and have gratitude and being in a spirit of loving and giveness and that kind of stuff. So they allowed us to have it. And then it sucked the life out of us. Why? Because that portal that they're talking about is the portal that is anti gratitude. It is anti Thanksgiving. And because our energy, and we agreed to be high energy on that day, we killed the portal. It sucked itself, it fell in on itself. And I think that's beautiful. But it still throws off, it throws us off as a collective because now we're like, but wait, we're always used to that, are we not? Are we not used to the energy of, wait a minute, well, I'm very grateful for the things that I have in life, but there's always that humanistic three-dimensional world that sucks me back in. We closed that yesterday. That was one huge portal that we closed because of our high vibrations. Nadia has been teaching us about how we were way up here. We were 250, then we were 150. Now we're way, way, way down here. Well, we all came together yesterday and said, you know what? I'm going to walk into the day and I'm going to be very grateful and I'm very thankful. Our energy level smacked it in the face and it closed the portal. But the energy is still wrong, meaning because we're not quite there yet. It closed it. So now we're just sitting there going, wait, what happened? What's going on? You knew the energy was off, but do you know why the energy was off? You're supposed to have a fallback. You're supposed to have something that you can lean on. You can be very grateful throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, you to fall back and go, whew, got through that. I didn't fight with anybody. I did what I was supposed to do. I kept my vibrations high. Whew, that's over. What do you fall back on? But at the end of the day, something's weird going, wait a minute. Did it actually turn out as well as I thought it would? No, it went way above that. And now we don't know how to deal with it. But I'm going to show you something in the cards in just a minute. But I still want to continue watching the chat. If it does not resonate with you, that's okay. But I'm telling you, something is off. Beautiful. Yeah, Michael, hijacking the energy. That's what they wanted to do, but it didn't work. They wanted to hijack the high vibration of gratitude and thankfulness. And when our vibration got so high, it sucked, the portal wanted to pull it from us. But what happened is our energy made that portal collapse in on itself and said, damn, we can't touch them. And that's what I'm going to get into. Okay. I hear you, Victoria. Very tired. Mary G, listen to me. I've been so tired and am fighting just constantly just to stay awake and balancing out the energy of what's happening, trying to understand what do I need to give to my family and versus what is off. I don't understand. I just want to sleep. But through meditation and prayer and the visions, it says, no, hey, stay awake, pay attention. Anybody else feel this way? You're exhausted, but you know there's a purpose. So let's watch. Yes, Victoria, clarity. Absolutely. Michael, perfect. I don't personally know who they are, but I trust that they also understand what I'm talking about. I listened to Marina Jacobi. Forgive me if I'm butchering the name. And Sandra McEllis and Marina talked about a portal that we need to jump timelines in order to get into it. Yes, exactly. And it had to start with a new moon, and it's very complicated, but the energy is exactly right. 3-3 means that ascended masters are nearing your answering your prayers. You are correct. Devlin, I burn the candle at both ends for you. I do it for me, but I do it for you. I'm doing this for humanity. This is my soul contract. I am one of the very few that understands their soul contract. This is what I do. I will burn the candle at both ends because this needs to be done. I can cook a turkey and meditate on the portals and all that at the same time. Will you like the answer at the end of the day? Probably not. But I am not a feel good tarot intuitive messenger. I don't work that way. If you want all happy, 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 everything's on Sesame Street, and that's what you want, you're in the wrong place. Because, and I know you know that, Dumpling. I know you do. But what I'm dealing with is I will take all that energy and that hit, and it's like being slapped with a falling star, and it just slaps me in the face. But I will stand my ground, and I'm doing this for you, and I know something's wrong. Wrong, that very small wrong, that very right in this realm. We have to take a hit in order to get back up on your feet and do your thing. Burning my candle at both ends does not worry me. I know it does Caroline. I know it does a lot of you. Like, Jen, you need to get some sleep. Look at my face. Good Lord. I quit wearing makeup because I'm too tired to even put it on. I'm like, they've learned to deal with this. It's okay. But I'm telling you, pay attention to the energy. And even you guys have just said you saw it and you felt it. It was great, but something's wonky. Wing said, use your southern terms. It's cattywampus. It's back cockeyed. It's a little something something. It's just not right. All right, but I'm watching. I'm watching. Nadia's giving off angel numbers and what they mean. And pay attention to Nadia because she knows what she's talking about. Marina Ken, okay, so she's way over your head. Well, it's just another an influencer that you'll have to pay attention to, and Michael feels very comfortable with her, and that's fine. It's just like people have to get used to me too. I don't like her because she's not feel good. She'll tell me no if the answer is no, and they're like, wait, but I don't want to hear no. Well, sorry, honey, but truth is more important than anything. All right. So let me finish up here with you guys. And then we'll get into pulling cards. I promise. Joe's like, just give it to me straight. Because I know that girlfriend. She's just like, you know what? I just want this crap done. Let's get it done. Give me the truth. Don't matter good, bad, the ugly, or indifferent. Give it to me. All right. Stripping the band-aid off. Yeah. All right. So Christine is explaining that her sleep schedule is off. Something's off. Well, 2 to 4 is um, dead hour. That's what we call it. It's dead hour. That's when the spirit is very, very high. Okay. Right. It felt gross. Yeah. Well, to some people it did. It felt off to me and it felt dark in some areas to me, but it felt very beautiful in other aspects. So we just need to pick it apart. I know tonight is about global events and we're going to pick through that as well, but I'm telling you, Thanksgiving was huge portal aspect. All right. Sebastian Bach. Michael says Sebastian Bach had me walking him at 1:30 and Charlie was howling. So that's your fur babies. Okay. All right. So they know something as well. Pay attention to your fur babies. Okay. So you felt gross. Christine felt gross yesterday after Thanksgiving dinner with family. Happy and then very gross and or very like exhausted. Yeah. It is not you. It is not you and it's not your loved ones. This is energetically a portal. Energetically, um, thank you, Wings. He said, basically, put it this way: it was a black hole and reversing on itself, and it sucked out all the energy. He was hoping to feed off your positive energy, and it reversed itself. Your energy got really, really high at one point, and it could not handle it and had to reverse it. So it turned into a black hole and it just sucked itself out. Now it's gone. That's only one portal. Now I'm not trying to scare you and freak you out, but I'm telling you, for a very brief time, why can't every day be Thanksgiving? Because you're very grateful for to be with the people that you are, eating a beautiful meal or whatever you're doing. You feel very happy, and the gratitude level and the energy level is very, very high. That portal could not handle it, and it sucked itself out like a black hole. And it went, damn, it couldn't touch it. Can you imagine what we would do every day if that was the light and energy and frequency that we did? But I'm just telling you, the energy level was off yesterday and today. Now today's cleanup. Like, what happened? It's like you got smacked upside the head going, I don't understand. And if you guys felt it, you knew that you were on the right path. You knew, like when we did this Wednesday, we had a beautiful message Wednesday. Man, we were Columbo and doing all our detective work and looking into Atlantis. And we had great energy. What happened between there and today? We agreed when we left off Wednesday, please have gratitude. Even if your family does not have gratitude and love and light, you have it and project your own energy and your own frequency. When you did it, bad guys didn't like it. So we ended something real quick and we closed a portal. It's a Thanksgiving portal. Okay. So with the new moon and the spirit of Sagittarius right now, we closed off the negative that they want to draw off of us. So instead of getting into a political fight around the Thanksgiving table, you just said, and you nodded and you agreed and you just loved on them and you just enjoyed the moment. Did anybody get into a political fight or anything like that? I guarantee your spirit told you, just because we kept calm, it couldn't handle it. We didn't put out enough energy for them, negative energy for them. So the portal had to close. Is Jen crazy? Maybe. We already know that. But think about it. If we had collectively already agreed that we're not putting that energy out there, that portal had no other business but sitting there going, but I feed off the turmoil within your family. And we said, but you don't get any turmoil today. And there was enough of us to do it. It closed it. But when it closed, we realized something happened. We are supposed to be fighting. We are supposed to be arguing. We are supposed to be focusing on negative crap. And it didn't happen. And that's enough to throw you off. I know it's an oxymoron. Jen, doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because you're used to feeding into this portal. Now that it's closed, what are you going to feed into? So now it's bouncing off a wall. You're in a padded room and it's just bouncing all over the place. What do I do with this negative energy? You bury it along with that portal and you keep doing it. See what happens with high vibrations and frequency? I'm going to go over and take a peek. Yeah. Yeah. When you do this, when you keep those vibrations high, the enemy and the negative has no other choice going, wait, what are you doing? Well, I didn't receive that plan. Nobody told me. And they went, well, that's the point. And you gave a big F you. That's what you did. And we did it. And we closed the portal. But now we need to deal on ourselves and refocus on our meditation because it smacked us in the face at the same time. So the portal closes, negative energy shoots out a little bit, and it smacks us upside the face and going, wait, energy's off. Energy's off. What? But was I supposed to do it? Because now we feel guilty because we didn't follow suit of what we normally do. Horseshit. You give a big F you to the portal, and now we regroup and go, but that little bit of that black hole does not have any remnant here. There's no remnant here. We pull it together and go, fine, we closed one, we'll close 1,000 more. And we pull it together. Why does it take Thanksgiving and a gratitude day to do it? We should be that way every day. You see what we're capable of? This is beautiful. So that's what we need to focus on. Wake up every day. No, you don't have to bake a turkey, but every day you wake up and go, I'm going to be grateful and I'm going to put out positive energy and nothing can attack me. You do it, brothers and sisters do it. We're going to get to do this every day. You're starting to see how we work as a collective to raise that vibration and energy back up like Nadia was talking about. We did it. One day, we slammed something shut. Can you imagine what we can do tomorrow? Yeah. Nadia, perfect example. So if she had a brother snap at her, she could have snapped back because that's what we normally do. We're very defensive and we're very proud and prideful souls. I am. I didn't have a minute any part of the day. I'm very tired and you come over here and stir this. That was it. But I never snapped at anybody. Nothing because you didn't allow it. When everybody does that and go, thank you, brother, for snapping at me, but I'm going to love you. And you go into a quick meditation and prayer and you send that love vibration, that twin flame energy back out there. And then they're looking at you like, why he or she did not argue with me? I don't understand. Because you killed it, and that's what killed the portal. So the portal and their energy is going, I don't understand, but you're supposed to be fighting with me. Fight with me. I don't want to fight with you. I want peace, and I want love, and I want harmony, and I want a collective. So I choose not to. It's your free will. Maybe you did snap at your family. How did it work out for you? I don't know that anybody in here did, but I'm just telling you, if you watch this on the replay and you're one of our subscribers that doesn't come in and chat, if you did snap at somebody, how did it work out for you? Do you understand what I'm saying? You just need to take a step back and realize what we did energetically with frequency yesterday. We just killed a negative portal. Be very, very proud. But the backlash should not make you fall back to open a new one. Well, something's off. Something's off. I don't feel right. Well, of course it's not feeling right. Of course it's off because the enemy wants you to feel negative all the time. Just go, you know what? Take your crap, pack your bags. Don't let the screen door hit you where the good Lord split you, darling. Bye. Peace out. Because I'm done. And that's what we did. And I think that's beautiful. No guilt. That's right. Mary G, you're absolutely right. No guilt every day. Yeah. Dumpling, maybe you faked it because you think that's what you do normally every day. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you felt that you're supposed. No, you're not. You're not fake. You're real. Now wake up and walk your walk. Talk your talk and do your thing. We don't fake anything for anybody. We know who we are, and that's what we're going to do. Sandra asks why IP Zeus, who claims Lucifer redeemed himself, and Marina, in other words, said stop listening to anybody talking about low frequency things. Don't listen or give into. Okay. Now, I have a question, Michael. Nadia, I'm going to address this to you. Is this the same thing that you sent to me the other day? Oh, is this Ishmael Perez? I don't. Okay. Well, Nadia, you're having a hard time meditating today because you know something's off. Like, this should be easier than what it is, but it should be harder than what it is. Why am I? You know, if you're not quite sure why you're not getting enough resistance, that's enough to throw off your meditation. Like, shouldn't you guys be fighting back? Like, where are you at? You're actually looking for your enemy now. Why is this easy? Where are you guys at? Why aren't you fighting me? Why aren't you pushing back? Now that's enough to throw off your three-dimensional, the ego, going, but aren't they supposed to be fighting back? Yeah, and that's what threw you off. So now you're looking for trouble. And I don't mean that nasty and ugly. I'm not saying that you actually went, it just feels weird. It's because that's what normally happens. We normally have to sage and Palo Santo and we have to like cleanse our energy. What happens when we get to the point we don't need to do that anymore? You don't even have to preset your own meditation area. You just do it. Well, that's what you're being prepared for. Now there's no one to fight. They're cutting them off one at a time. Does that make sense? Now you're looking for trouble and trouble's not there. We don't do it consciously on purpose. It's just natural. It's a three-dimensional realm thing. We just know, well, I'm going to have trouble, so I need to sage, I need to cleanse, and I need to pull all the spirits in. We should do that anyway. But you're just looking for resistance. But when no resistance shows up, now you're like, wait, what? Wait, huh? Does that make any sense? Okay. All right. Thank you, Nadia, for clearing that up. This channel of Lucifer, not bad. Very good to hear. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of that. Channeling Lucifer with Pamela uh, Arlen. I think Arlen. I'm probably butchering the name, but I understand. Higher self said it was good. Getting a lot of that. That Lucifer and the fallen angels actually did have a chance to redeem themselves, and it was positive energy. No matter what your faith is and what you believe in, keep an open mind. Just keep an open mind. I know that Satan himself has been removed off this planet. If Lucifer is the remaining spirit and we still have it in our collective brain that that's evil, I'll tell you the truth. It was about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I cried for the fallen angels because in my gut I felt that they were trying to be redeemed. And I cried and I cried and I went, but have you ever stopped and thought about what if they really, really are very, very sorry and understand where they went wrong? That they were manipulated, and what happens then? And my soul went out to fallen angels, and I have never done that in my life. People right now are just clicking off and unsubscribing because they're like, why the hell would you do that? Evil is evil. But where does evil come from? Evil manipulates everyone. It just opened my brain to think, so there's no redemption whatsoever, no matter what religion and what faith you believe in. Everything's all darkness. I thought light, love and light overtook everything. Did I get off on a tangent there? But I'm telling you, stop and think. If my empath went way above and too far, can an empath go too far? And I had empathy for fallen angels. Is it too far? Or is that a part of your ascension process? And understanding the spiritual is not this three-dimensional realm. Just ask it. I didn't say I capitulated. I didn't say I confirmed nor denied anything. I just felt it. I felt pain. Just ask it. I know. I know. We've already gone 35 minutes more. All right. So let's pull cards. I told you this would be a Friday wrap-up show. So for global events for the week, I just needed to touch base on the energy levels, because if we don't focus on energy, energy leads us into what categories we pull cards on. Energy leads you to the global events you need to pay attention to. Okay? So that's why I wanted to start out with, we got a big shebang yesterday. Maybe it was a smack in the face, good or bad. Look at it. We closed off something and opened up a whole new thought process. Stop looking for stuff to go wrong, because you just closed it off. Take it as a victory and go with it. Okay? I'm going to go clear up the rest of the chat room with you guys, and then I want you to give me questions for a global wrap-up. Okay? And if you want to continue Wednesday afternoon's conversation with Atlantis, we have some beautiful things that have come in and rolled in that we can pull cards on if you don't have anything. But tonight's show is supposed to be about global recap. So give me what you got. Okay. 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 So we have difference of opinion of people in the truther community. Go with your own discernment. Just don't argue with each other. I say is good. I say is bad. Do not argue with each other. Leave each other alone. Your spirit is on a different level than the other person. If it resonates with you, go with it. Let them resonate with what they feel. Okay? You are not the boss of them, and let free will take over. Somebody wants to listen to Ishmael Perez, then go let them listen to it. You want to go over here and listen to somebody else and they say, no, that's not good. Leave each other alone. Your own discernment and your own spiritual level is different. Your own ascension process and climbing is different. Leave each other alone. If it doesn't resonate, turn it off. Jen doesn't want to be nasty and ugly, but I'm telling you, you stop picking on each other. And I'm not saying you here, but I've seen it in the community. Listen to whoever you want to. If someone wants to drop a link in here and they say, go listen to this, fine. If you want to, go listen to it. Somebody goes, no, I'll never listen to that. Then don't. But you don't make somebody else feel bad, because that changes the vibration and frequency. Do you understand what I'm saying? Free will, guys. Free will. impeding on your freedom. You don't want somebody to do it to you, don't do it to somebody else. Love on each other. God bless you. I hope you get the greatest message you can ever get out of it. Just leave them alone. Thank you. And I think Michael has a great point. I think if there's anything that we could ever agree on, is no matter what truther you listen to is not important. What we do understand is the truth of knowing what they have done to the innocents and the children and our littles. Let that sink in. At least go with that. And the truth and things like if it's Jen's History 101 class one night and I go off on a tangent of true history, you don't have to take my word for it, but y'all listen to it. If there's anything at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not, you do know one thing: we've all been lied to. That's all we got. Yes, many circles of truth. And we need to look at both sides. You're never going to understand it if you don't listen to both sides. Two sides of a coin, 50-50 chance. Is it heads or tails? Listen to both heads and tails, and then you decide with your own gut on the level that you're at. Because your creator source, your God, who you call God, mother, father, masculine, feminine, doesn't matter, will let you know correct or not. Okay? Just go with it. You're very welcome, Michael. Yes. If you ever want it, just to sum it up, why are we here on Gaia, Terra, Earth, whatever name you want to give her? Why are we here? Because it's a school and we need to learn. But if you don't listen to everyone's term paper for everyone's opinion, you don't get all sides of it. Listen to everybody's term paper. But do your own research. And then you decide. And at the end of the day, we're all still in the same boat, because all of us are going to have to face the principal, and he's going to go, she will say, that is correct, this is not correct, and we're going to figure it out. Terra Gaia is a school, and you are here to learn. But don't be the bully in the school and shoving kids into lockers that just don't agree with you. Stop it. Just walk, give them a little fist bump, and go, see you on the other side, bro, sis, whatever you want to. Just do your thing. And if you're just here for answers and you want to pay for somebody to do the homework for you, you're missing the whole experience. Because you're supposed to have questions. I know. Wings just said, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, don't mess with the littles. Yeah, okay. On that note, Nadia, you're correct. You're not going to know what's good if you don't know what's bad. You're not going to know what's bad if you don't know what's good. It's both. Set your own compass and know where it's leading and guiding and direct you. And guess what, guys? Everybody's compass points a little bit differently. Let them have their own compass. Beyond space and time, remember? Beyond space and time. Joe says Gangster Planet. She's perfect. Love her heart. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with Michael, and that we're here to stop harming the children. And I get that. But that's only this part. I know it's a massive thing, but you do realize that that's only one portion of why we're here. Okay? A three-dimensional world that you're wrapping your brain around, because we're so focused on the littles. Don't get me wrong. Jen is not ignoring that. But Jen also wants you to understand that your higher self is also very important, because these littles have a higher self and they need people to cling to them. Get your shit together, then you can help the littles. Does that make sense? Magic Mike. No, he's in the bedroom. My daughter did come in though. They're walking all over the place. It's trash night. It's a day late, and everybody's schedule's thrown off. So be patient. They're just going to come in and out. I know what I don't resonate with, and unless they can prove me wrong, I won't say nothing more. But I feel I'm right. Okay, then you do you, honey. You do you, darling. You do you. That's it. Michael's going to take care of Michael. But I also understand that he's going to have the same, he's going to have compassion for his brothers and sisters. If one of our brothers and sisters comes in the chat room and it says, I've lost someone, in which we've done recently, that you're going to love on them. You don't have to necessarily agree with their three-dimensional picking this thing apart, but you do have compassion and love. And I know what Michael's talking about. I know exactly what he's saying. But at the end of the day, Michael is set in his ways. Leave Michael alone. Michael's going to do Michael, just as Michael's going to leave everyone else alone. Okay? All right. Deb, you're fine, honey. You're just going to get 45 minutes of Jen being on a weird tangent about portals and Thanksgiving, but you're fine. Guys, let's get down to it. Maybe this is just what Spirit wanted us to do tonight, but I do want to pay attention to global events. Do you have a question that happened this week? Global anything. Doesn't have to be continental U.S. It could be anywhere. Do you have a question? All right. Michael, I'm going to write that down, honey. I will go take a look. Sandra McEllis. Okay. I'm going to write it down, honey. Anything that you guys send to me, I promise you. I told you, my integrity is everything. I will go listen. But I will also be honest at the end of the day. If it does not resonate, I will tell you that. But that doesn't mean that I'm yelling at you and that it shouldn't resonate with you. Maybe it does. Okay? But I agreed to go and listen to it. So I wrote it down. Okay. So I'm going to. All right, guys. I love all of you. Victoria, all of you guys. Man, we got a house full tonight. Fair enough. Exactly. I do me, you do you, darling. That's the best we can do. Still gonna love you through it. Still gonna love you through it. Christine says, earthquake in Asia this week. Man-made. Asia. Have not heard, but we can pull cards. In Asia. I don't need to know, just curious. Where? Like, Asia's a big place. Was the earthquake in Asia man-made? Real? What's Mother Nature? What's going on? What you got? Okay. Nope. They told me to look at the base card. 7 of Cups. Illusion. So that may tell us right off the bat. So Asia, there was an earthquake. Interesting. Wow. Scared a lot of people. But the purpose was to clean up some bad stuff and to actually protect people. So, man-made, yes. Because that base card with the illusion, the 7 of Cups, yes. 4 of Pentacles, holding on, deep state, holding on to what they had, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Okay, so this is the hearts and desires of the good guys. Now, it split it in half, and I'm going to show you. So the good guys really wanted peace and harmony. Their wish was to make sure that everything was okay for the people, okay? And they had complete victory over this earthquake, okay? In the past, yep, they wanted it done and over with. Your Eight of Wands is fast moving, right? Get it done. Get it done. Let's get this done and over with. Okay. But for the general population, fear of the unknown. Not quite sure what's going on, what's happening. Military operation. Okay. Totally military, totally done. Broke a lot of hearts, disappointed a lot of people. It put fear into the hearts of certain people. Okay. So here's your confirmation. Perfect. Okay. So the whole world would see it. Okay. The whole world, well, minus Jen because she didn't pay attention. The whole world would see it, but it's for the betterment of Four of Wands. Now, that's my We the People card, so it's for the people. So man-made, they're cleaning something up. We didn't ask that question. We just asked if it's man-made, but it's for the betterment of the people. High Priestess. Want lots of secrets, okay? There's lots of secrets behind it, but use your intuitive ability to understand. You already knew the answer to the question. Yeah, that didn't seem right. Go with your gut, okay? So completely man-made, threw some people off guard, but they made it bare minimum, so it didn't affect that many people, okay? Okay. All right. Let's go back up. Let me see. So we did Christine's earthquake in Asia. Nadia has the next one. Are the Brazilians still protesting the crooked election? Even the Indians are in. Why don't I have... Okay, I don't need to flip it. Wings just told me, he said it's 2 pages back, but you already know why it needs to be pulled. Basari, what is his name? Starts with a B. Basari Arano something, whatever. The original plan, the deep state's plan for the Brazilian community is, from studying it, is they needed to take down the native groups, the original Brazilians, not just like normal everybody on the street kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. The true natives. They needed to kill that system. And that's why they needed to do it. And I had a dream about it. I prayed about it. I meditated about it. And they said they have to get rid of the indigenous people in order to go forward with the New World Order. Now that's what I got, but I will pull cards on your question. So, are the Brazilians still protesting the crooked election? Okay. So let's just ask. Brazil, like, what are you giving us? Like, are they still open arms? Like, protesters, what are they doing? But I did some homework on that, and they need to, in order to do a New World Order, when they say that we have to take out the indigenous people, you do understand they have to strip that nation or that area of their true sovereign people. They have to strip it. They're not allowed to take it if they don't strip the sovereignty out of the indigenous people. I know that seems a little bit, but I'm telling you, that's what I got. And Brazil's not the only country that did it. They're doing it in Canada. They're doing it everywhere. I mean, my goodness, the U.S. should be a prime example of that. We still have Native Americans. My brothers and sisters are still living on a reservation. Okay? Now, once they start taking that away, oh, honey. All right. Mary G, we'll get to it, darling. All right. So let's just look into Brazil. All right. Are they still protesting? Like, what's going on? What's going on in Brazil? Give us an update, Spirit. What do we got? Okay. All right. That's perfect. That's perfect. Put your mind at ease, please. Please, please, please put your mind at ease. Okay. All right. So we're talking about a leader that has no boundaries. That's the reason they let him take it over. Okay. I know you asked about the people, but here's why. They're allowing this leader that has no boundaries, lots of secrets under the cloak. We know what King of Cups means. It is not what you think it is. Your Seven of Cups. It's all an illusion. It is not what you think. They're fine. Okay? Now, in the past, we have already taken down the deep state. Gone. Don't worry about it. Ease your pretty little mind about it. Because these guys have taken over. Ace of Pentacles. Big dog, very strong. Don't worry about it. We trace the money. They're sovereign once again. It's okay. Follow the money. You follow the criminal. Right? Okay. Page of Cups. New beginning. I'm going to start fresh. But we have to start from scratch because the baby pages can't handle it, remember? I'm trying to be nice about this. The unaware cannot handle it. Your advice, please do not don't lose sleep over this, okay? They're fine. Truth is coming. Truth is coming. There's your swords. Do not be the fool. Do not fool yourself into believing the mainstream media. Now, I'll show you something, and I don't normally do this, but Wing said, this is how these cards were laid out. It's an illusion. Do not let it fool you, because this is how it was laid out in the reading. What you're seeing is not actually what's happening. Here's your confirmation. Okay. We're just waiting for the military. This is a chariot. We're just waiting for movement to come forward. Let us know the message, Four of Cups. What's the universe trying to tell us? That the Brazilian people were not left out in the cold. They're not. They're fine. It is not what you think it is. Remember, welcome to the movie, guys. All right. I hope that helps, but that's a quick roundabout way of explaining it's not what you think it is. What you're seeing, actually, I had I'm going to read it to you. I don't necessarily have to pull cards on it, but I did write it down. I'm going to read it to you. So, this was something that I saw in Ukraine. Tells you how many pages I got. I'm still turning. Optics. Not what you think it is, because this is under my full and illusion category. Optics. A Ukrainian building. It looks totally destroyed in one picture, but somebody that's boots on the ground that lives there took a perfectly fine photo and video in the next. Overlay of graphics. So it's perfectly fine, but they can just take a picture like anybody else, but they can CGI it. Like, think movie. But how would I make this perfectly good building look totally destroyed if it was a movie? And then that's what they present on the mainstream media. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what you're seeing, like with Brazil, Nadia, it's not what you think it is. They do this crap all the time. The protesters in the street, and they're just scaring the hell out of you. Yeah, Nadia, I totally get. We're going to, and I want to pick up on what we did the other day, because we were talking about the Great Lakes and how beautiful it was, and we're really starting to investigate Atlantis. Very curious about the waters. We were told that the Great Lakes were formed from the Ice Age and the glaciers melting. When I meditated on it, you know what I got? Nope. They needed the purity of water from Atlantis, and that's why they brought it up. Now they've mucked the waters, of course. They've dirtied them up. I don't get ice age melted glaciers. They needed the purity of the Atlantean water. hmm We'll get into that a different day. Maybe we'll just do a whole special show about Atlantis. But I also want to mention another thing. I don't know if she wants me to mention her name, so I'll be very careful. Sister sent me information that she talked to a medicine woman about, remember when we were talking about the crystal skulls? Remember that? And she said that she knew that there were 13 crystal skulls altogether. And if they were ever all found and put together at one time, something really bad would happen. But that's why they're so intrigued to put them together. It's fascinating. And I told her, I said, this is interesting. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. So maybe we'll just start a series and we'll just look into it a little bit more. Because Atlantis is fascinating to me. But that's just me. Yes, thank you, Nadia. Bolsonaro, whatever his name is. Yeah, Bolsonaro, up yours, whatever. Okay. Okay, so we took care of Brazil. Okay. All right. All right. I love the fact that you guys are respecting each other in your own opinion. And you just say, fair enough. Just, this is the way I feel and this is my opinion. And that's what is beautiful. Okay, so the dumbs, wondering how deep it was. Well, that's quite broad, Dragonfly, but I'm going to tell you this. Good night, honey. I love you. Dumbs go as far as Middle Earth. Now, I talked about this, and people, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm telling you, Middle Earth exists. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth. It is a real place. We didn't really know they existed, and they don't really know that we exist. That's how far dumbs go down. I'm just telling you. But Dragonfly, let me meditate on that because I need to figure out how to really address that question because it's really about like a measurement. I just know the energy that's going to be behind it. Let me think about how I'm going to ask that question. Let me just write this down. How deep dumbs, and I'll know what it means. Okay. Yeah. Scary thought though. But yeah, all the way to Middle Earth. And that's where they do the hybrid testing and creating new species. Yeah. Yeah, Nadia, are you yep, you karaoke. She's like, yeah, if Jen would ever shut up, because I can get out of here. Okay. Monkey Works, Victoria, Monkey. Right now, the biggest thing, they've got a lot of military movements. I just got the update right before I came live. Monkey is tracing lots of military movement. I think we had 209 planes in the last 24 hours. The big ones that they're not covering up the call sign, which means the planes labeled under radar. The ones that they're not covering up are labeled Gitmo, and then they have a number. And they're all transferring. They're coming out of DC, and they're going into Jacksonville, Florida, refueling, and then they're going straight to Gitmo. That's just a little bit of what I've got with monkeys so far. Thanksgiving, a lot of things were covered up. A lot of call signs were covered up, and then they just disappear. And they're not letting people refresh their pages and watching these planes. It is happening. So, but I'm telling you, it is hot and it's happening and popping, darling. Okay. So Victoria, but I will keep paying attention to what Monkey's doing. I didn't see it news because I can't do anything in another country from the USA. True intuition, man-made. I'm assuming you're talking about the earthquakes in Asia that you asked about, but I get yes. Okay. So he explains that earthquakes, volcanoes, plane activity. Yes, he does. Yep. Very specifically done. Okay. Yes. Nadia made a very good point. The indigenous Indians came out because the government can't touch them. It's like a precious shield. Indigenous people, no matter where you're at, if you declare your sovereignty, that you are under only God and not a governmental entity, they cannot touch you. And until you go away, they cannot take over the whole country. It is common God law. You can't, even the enemy cannot. They can't touch you. They can make your life miserable in hell, but they cannot touch indigenous sovereign people. That's why I wanted to get into sovereignty. Do you know who you are under sovereignty? Because once you declare yourself sovereign, they can't touch you. It is against universal law. They spiritually can't touch you. They just use things like the bar association and our legal system to scare the hell out of you. But if you know your way around it, you can get out of it. Okay? But Nadi is correct. Indigenous people are completely and utterly sovereign under God Almighty. And as long as you know it, they can't touch you. That's it, darling. You're just in a bubble. And they can sit and jab needles and try to pop your bubble all day long, and they can't. So know who you are. All right, Michael's got a question. Is the Central Bank of Iraq going to reinstate the Iraqi dinar back to pre-war 2003 rate? I believe it was. I just saw that, Michael. No, honey, I believe it's going to be higher than that, but let's take a look. I just saw that today. Because that was a long time ago. I mean, you're talking 20 years. I think it's going to be even higher than that. I think they're going to go back into the 1970s and stuff. But let's ask. Let's just ask. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Iraqi dinar? Will it be around 322, higher, lower? I'm going to look for certain cards on that. Lots of pentacles. It could be some illusion. And we'll just start there. But Michael, I know where you're getting that from your intel because I saw it too. Good question. And please understand, unless you're exchanging that personal currency, the RV does not have to wait for the Iraqi dinar to reevaluate unless you have that currency. Thank you. One got spit out. Very excited. Perfect card. And you'll love this card because the one that got spit out was the Sun card. Much bigger than that, Michael. Okay. Gotcha. Perfect. Woo. Honey, darling. This has to do with people that are very, very impatient right now, Michael. Listen to me. All right. So we're going to have a beautiful, beautiful outcome. And this is what they're doing right now. They're playing around with the numbers and they're trying to find a good balance. Pentacles, they're finding a balance. They're finding a contract. What is going to work? Pass card. They knew they needed to move out of troubled waters. The truth needs to come out of what the Iraqi dinar actually is worth. Okay? They're going to move away from that number, Michael. Okay. This is not bad aspect. So let me explain. So it's the Fool card. Okay? Don't be fooled because it's not what you think it is. In this aspect, the Fool is very well aspected. When a Fool is well aspected, it means they're going to jump off the cliff and they're going to take the leap of faith. They're going to go big and they're going to go hard. Okay? How is that going to work out? Very, very well. Because the Six of Pentacles is the humanitarian card. They're going to go huge and they're going to go big. They're going to go bigger than the 322. It's going to disappoint some people. Heartache. Like, how are we going to do this? It's because it's going to look scary. People don't know how they're going to come up with this money, but they're not looking at the assets of the country. Okay? Honey, don't worry. Queen of Wands. She's very mysterious. Okay. She's cloaked. But the passion and desire of the people and the world is to make sure that this goes a lot higher. Now, this is the part that you're not going to like, Michael. Okay. But you need to be patient because you've got a great outcome. You're going to have to wait. And that's the Hangman. Please be patient. You're at a standstill right now. Halt. Regroup yourself. The Moon. What you're hearing and what you're seeing is not what you think it is. It's an illusion, okay? It is not what you think. They're going way above that. Now, here's your final card. Because they're looking at the Eight of Cups going, oh, no. Nope. Knock all the cups down. We're going to a new path. It's going to mean something totally different, okay? So be patient. I know you're aggravated, but it is way more than the 2003 $3.22. I looked into it this evening too. I did not pull cards, but I'm glad you asked that tonight because now I know too. Okay? So, Michael, I hope that helps, darling. You're going to have to wait. I still believe that they've already done it, but they're not letting people know it. Okay? But when they ask for that true reevaluation, oh no, that's the full card. They're going way out on a limb. Like if it says $3, they're probably going to go for $13. Okay, they're going to go way out there. Here's your base card, darling. Here's your worker bee. Okay, remember that Eight of Pentacles. They're working on it to make sure that it works out for you. Okay, I know, it's hard. You can lecture me. Well, Jen, I'm tired of waiting. Well, honey, I know. Me too, darling. Is Pat in the house? Somebody loving on Pat. Hi, honey. If I have not called your name, I'm so sorry. We're just moving quick. Energy was very strong tonight with that portal and Thanksgiving. And if I got on a tangent and you don't want to listen to me, you know where to click off. That's fine. All right. Here's where I'm going to focus on the next question. Nadia had a very, very important question asking for a friend. We talked about the Great Lakes and we've talked about the snow that was in Buffalo and Hamburg and all the stuff. Was it man-made? We said yes. They did it because they needed to clean up a portal. Well, we all know, and I actually wrote down after we did that show, I wrote down, well, now I'm curious about Niagara Falls. Like, is that a significant place? Is there something going on underneath? I won't touch that right now. I'm going to go to Nadia's question. She addressed the five, or is it five? But it's Finger Lakes in New York and 7-5. I don't know. Doesn't matter how many. But the Finger Lakes in New York. Yeah. And we all know that Hunter Biden has it tattooed on his back. Okay. So, Nadia, if I go off and I'm not answering your question, you tell me and you specify. I just want to know, have they cleaned it up? Let's just start with that. Because we all know that that's a problem. Sorry. Hold on, please. Uh-uh.
We need to find the measuring cup. The big one, ours. I was looking for it.
Emma. Be right back. Sorry to take a little one. It still works. I love you.
Love you.
I love you. Love you.
Love you.
Thank y'all for being patient. That little knock was just too quiet, and I'm like, I know I heard it. It's a grandbaby. She's too afraid to come in. Thank you for that. All right. Anyway, so we were talking about the Finger Lakes in New York. We just want to know, are they cleaned up? And if you want more specific than that, you let me know. So. Poor old Nadia. She listens to me while she's driving. Yep. On her way to karaoke, and she's listening to me. All right. All right. So, are the Finger Lakes cleaned up? Because we all know that that's where a lot of the elites have their multi-million-dollar homes, and they travel and they go back and forth, private airports. Come on now. Is it cleaned up? That's what we want to know. Yes, but it was a very hard job. All cleaned up. All right. So here's what you get. Okay. So we're asking, and the King of Pentacles, that's a family man. He's the one that's full of integrity. We want to know, is that crap cleaned up? Darlings, that was a huge job. That was like you plant, you fertilize, and you water the seeds. You just wait, and you worked and worked and worked. Now you're waiting. What happened? Okay, here's the Hermit. Now, the people that cleaned it up are just waiting because, like, damn, when are you going to bring the message to the people of how bad that was? But it's coming. In the past, the Nine of Cups is a celebration card. We know that. Yes, it's already been done. It was one of the first things they cleaned up because apparently it was really, really bad. You have a mother energy here. Okay. When the Empress shows up, she's a divine feminine, a motherly energy. I'm getting portal. They've cleaned it up. But beside of her is the Nine of Pentacles, integrity, sovereignty, liberty, freedom, justice, being relieved from that, cleaned up. Yes, community, Three of Cups, celebration, water, all done. All done. I don't get anything bad. Two of Wands, new beginning. They cleaned it out. Now we have a new path. Hearts and desires, wishes, Ten of Cups. Yep, back to a family setting. The neighborhoods that were surrounding it. I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about normal, everyday American people that lived in those towns, back to the way it was originally supposed to be. Six of Wands, complete and utter victory, all gone. Finger Lakes, trafficking, drugs, you name it. If you want to put a bad label on it, that's what you get. But it's all gone, darlings. Okay? All gone. Nadia, I hope that answered your question. And if it didn't, I'll be more specific next time. So what we got? Deborah wants to know if she has had a past life there in Egypt. Deb, you worked for Cleopatra. Your higher self just told me that, but I'll pull cards. You worked for and with Cleopatra. Already got it. But I'll pull cards. Right. Nope. I'll be very surprised if you do not get the Chariot card in this. You're going to have very divine feminine cards. You worked for, around Cleopatra. You work something with the hieroglyphics and putting the truth on the walls as well. All right, Deb, let's look. Very, very high princess. Very, very high divine feminine. But I'm getting Cleopatra. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit. Base card, Six of Wands. You had victory. You fought hard. There it is. There it is. Chariot. It's my Egyptian card. Very, very positive. Very, very good. Very, very humanitarian. Very beautiful lady, Deb. Okay. This is just simply you asking, as a young intuitive, just please give me the message. Who was I? What was I doing? You worked with children and humanitarian purposes. This is the card that I needed to show up to prove it to me that I was correct. This is a Chariot. That is a very Egyptian, the Sphinx, and very Cleopatra. Yep, you worked for her. King of Pentacles in the past. So a pharaoh, you worked under a pharaoh as well, because the two are together. The Fool. Okay. Well aspected. That means you weren't a fool. You worked very diligently, that you went above and beyond what you were asked to do as far as your job. Okay. Two of Wands. You worked to open a new beginning for Egypt. And the Sun card is beautiful. And I absolutely like the download. This was under the Chariot, and they said because of the god of Ra. It was your purpose to do this. Now, Six of Pentacles, the other humanitarian card that I have. You were great about loving on the people, giving and receiving. Six of Pentacles. You had a mother's heart. Another Cleopatra card. You had a mother's heart. You were always about the people. You were always about humanitarian. And the Moon. Okay, it is not, well, it's not negatively aspected in this, like it's an illusion, it's not what you think. No, the Moon is very spiritual, and you were higher up, and you worked with off-worlders during that time. Contract, and I like the Portal. Yep. I don't know if that resonates with you, Deb, but that's what I'm getting. Yep. You worked for Cleopatra and the High Pharaohs. Yep. Very, very much so. All right, let me go back up. I know you guys are impatient. I know. Honey, I know, darling. Listen to me. We all want to, and it's to the point that it breaks our heart that I just need this to happen so let's get the ball rolling here. And I get it. But remember, universe, God, creator, source is beyond space and time. We are so impatient, but we don't understand that there's a time and place for everything. We just can't be doing it right now on the scale that we want to. You can pay it forward a little here and there, like, going to somebody at the grocery store and say, here's $5 toward your bill. That's fine. You can do little things like that. But I know the grand scale that we want to, we just need to reel it in and go, okay. But that's okay. It gives us time to manifest and plan and be very particular about how we're going to do it. Plan, write it down, like outline it, do everything you need to do. Get your plan ready. Because we don't also want to be slapped in the face of go, well, what's your humanitarian project? Well, I just needed the money. Well, now you have the money. What are you going to do with it? I never really thought about that. Get your plan together. Get your plan together. Manifest it. Write it out. Get an outline. What do you want to do? Do you know the people you want to hire? Do you know the area that you want to help? Do these things. And when we do these things, we also help manifest. Okay? I know we're all impatient. We all are. I'm impatient too. All right. Who's that standing in the corner? Victoria, one more person asked me that question. I hung this coat up in the corner, and once I need to move it because I don't like it either. Because once I hung it up, now everybody that comes in here says, "Who's standing in the corner?" And I went, "It's nobody. It's one of the grandbaby's coat is on the coat rack. But it looks like someone is standing in the corner." Now I don't like the energy. And I'm like, I don't like that. Hey, at least turn around and face me. If you're going to face me, let's get it on. But you're not the only one who thinks that, Victoria. So I think I'm going to have to move that coat. It looks like someone standing in the corner. But that's just one of the grandbaby's coats. All right. Yeah. Y'all just talking about being patient. I know. It's hard. Yeah, Nadia, that's a very good warning to people. Don't ever pray for patience because you will get a challenge that I'm not quite sure you want. But yeah, Deb, honey, I hope that helped you understand with your Egypt question. As soon as you asked it, I just saw Cleopatra and what? Yep. But I'm glad the cards confirmed it as well. Lisa, um, you're connected to Atlantis. Um, you'd have to give me very specifics, darling. Like, do you want to know how you're connected to Atlantis? Job, like higher up, work for the higher ups? Because anybody that was Atlantean during that time is very spiritual, but it doesn't mean that you were in the divine, the higher up, the monarchy is because they did have it, but they were good monarchy. Michael, Bolivar is second basket. That's the second basket. Okay. You're going to have Dong, Dinar, Zim. What's the other one? They're going to wait on Bolivar because of Venezuela and still trying to reevaluate and get it out of its communist or socialist state. Bolivar is your second basket. I do know that. Okay. Guys, get rid of these trolls, please. Thank you, Dragonfly, Dumpling. That's Elvis. You know what, Dragonfly, that'd be a good conversation one day. Maybe you and Deb, maybe that's why you're all connected today. You never know. We come from different realms and different ways. Dragonfly was told years ago that she was Cleopatra, so maybe Deb worked with Dragonfly. Yeah, yeah. I know the coat in the corner. I'm gonna have to do something about it. Yep. I agree, Nadia. Uh, that at one point in our lives, we may have all come from Egypt and we all could have come from Atlantis. There's lots of different things. But Michael, honey, you just keep this fires burning on the home front, darling. You be ready to go. But Bolivar, I believe, is the second basket. Um, because they want to get the first one's done. They need to get the Zim bonds done, the Chinese railroad bonds, and Dinar and Dong. Those are the ones they want to. And then the second ones are Bolivar, and then they're going to go to the Ruples. Um, can't remember the other one. I have to think on it because there's so many. There's so many. Okay. All right. I hope that helps, Michael. Like, I mean, I know it's very, very hard and very, very specific. I've had experience of being somewhere that looked like it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That, Deb and Dragonfly, that'd be really cool to look into someday, and we can look into Isis and the temple and Atlantis, and we'll do a little bit more of that. If you'd like a series on it, we'll just keep pulling on it. Yeah, Tennessee, Oak Ridge, the Appalachian Mountains is actually how Atlantis moved up. When I meditated on the other day, when we were talking about the waters being sucked up and the Mississippi ran backwards, but I got that's the true way that the Appalachians were built, because they sucked up the land. It was an energetic, magnetic thing. They sucked it all up, because true Atlantis now they're saying is like the southern region. It's like from West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, going on down all the way down to the Gulf. Well, if that's the case, interesting. That's all the states that run along the Mississippi and the Ohio and the rivers that go up to the Great Lakes. It would make sense. Yeah. What do you want me to Dragonfly asked Jen to see if you were that would be so neat. If you guys work together, maybe in the Temple of Isis, or well, let's just do a simple yes or no. I've gone an hour and a half, and I don't want to keep everybody. We've got a long weekend, but I will pull cards on that. Let's just see. Dragonfly, Deb. Let's just do a general reading. If you guys, if you were Cleo, okay. Well, we're gonna ask Spirit to join them together. Let's just let's ask. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm listening to Spirit. These cards do not want to split. They don't want to shuffle. They don't like the change. Something about it, they don't like the change. They do not want to shuffle. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Let me see. Your base card is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. It could be a tangible pentacle like money, but it can be a gift from the universe as well. So let's look. Well, first of all, your answer is yes, that you were in the same time frame. So Deb was Dragonfly's lady in waiting. Interesting. So a lady in waiting at the time of the death of, but interesting, not negatively aspected. I know you're thinking, well, it's a death card. How can it be not negatively aspected? No, it's not death and a physical death. It's an ascension death. And let me explain. No, very much a part of the community, Cleopatra's community. Okay, this is a collective card. So in the family, sisters celebration, very much so. But in a spiritual aspect. Now, this is well aspected, so it's not an illusion. So the moon is like off-worlder in this aspect, okay? So you worked with off-worlders. In the past, whatever happened and separated you happened very, very fast. This is where I get the lady in waiting. But a lady in waiting that's an off-worlder. Here's the star card. You get this and the moon. Now pay attention. Star card is an off-worlder card, very spiritual, like ascension. Death meaning not a physical, like you ascended together. Fascinating. Lady in waiting. That's the Queen of Pentacles. Very mysterious, but a lady in waiting. Okay, so you were watching things fall apart. So the Five of Cups is a loss, sadness, disappointment. Fascinating. But you hung in there together. Strength card. Okay, so that brought you out. And when it was all taken down, because there's your Knight of Wands, when it was all taken down, you ascended together. Four of Pentacles. You held on to each other. Four of Pentacles is holding on. That's fascinating. So you were a beautiful family together. Yeah. A lady in waiting, family. It could a sisterhood. It could be a sister. Let me ask. Sisterhood. Sisterhood. Yep. There's your sisterhood. There's your Queen of Wands. Very mysterious. Somehow you kept your relationship secret. There was a dude involved. Truth is, there's the King of Swords. There's a dude involved. Of course, there's always a dude involved. Yep. Fear of the unknown. You didn't want anyone else to know. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all getting chills? Yeah. You didn't want anybody else to know. All right. All right, guys. I just think that's fascinating. You know, we can do lots of shows on, you know, your past lives, and we can pull cards. I'm going to do Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to stick to that schedule. It seems to be working so far. 1 week, we'll take it. So 11 a.m. Monday morning, and we'll do that. And those can be any topics. So if you have some more and you're just curious about past lives or any energy that you want to address, write them down. We'll discuss them. I have no beefs about that. So Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Absolutely. Once again, if I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, because I'm weird and I don't have very good memory. If you text me, I cannot receive memes and I cannot receive pictures. I can only receive just pure text and emojis. I don't know why. It just is. That's why Sean and I lost communication, but I took care of Brother Sean today. So do not send me pictures through a text message because I will not get them. Send them to me in an email or Facebook Messenger. Okay. I thought it was really good. We've gone an hour and 40. Joe, not for you, what, honey? We can do that, Michael. We can do past lives. Absolutely. Pat, yep. Absolutely. We can address, like, how was I connected to different time periods, and it's not just the times of Cleopatra. You know, we've got, obviously we're all connected to Atlantis, but let's look into a few more. So get your questions ready, and we can start a series on it, and I'll get to you one at a time, and we'll look at it. There's always a dude in Dragonfly, you know. There's always a dude. Okay, so let's do it. In the meantime, I hope you guys really had a great holiday. Enjoyed your family and your friends. And like I said, do not let the portal and the energy discourage you. Let it uplift you. Go with the energy that you have. Go with a higher vibration. Don't be looking for trouble. Go with it that it's gone away. Okay? That portal is closed. Let's move on. Okay? Go with that good. I know you feel off. Everybody felt off. But go with it as a positive thing. Don't go looking for trouble. Go look for the positive, look for the sunshine. Okay? That's all I want you to do. I know we went off on a little bit of a tangent tonight, but that's on me. But that's where the energy told me to go. And I said, okay. So just soak it in, meditate on it. If it resonates with you, then go with it. If something was off and you weren't quite sure why, just look into it for your own personal reasons. What's fair is fair. You do you, I do me. And somewhere in the middle, we will meet. Okay? I want y'all to enjoy your weekends. Be blessed. Enjoy one another. Get out of your turkey comas. Gobble gobble turned into wobble wobble. Now come out of it and get ready for a fresh week. Okay? We're going to be all right. If you need me in the meantime, you know how to get a hold of me. Everything's in the description box. And I look forward to hearing from you. Absolutely. You're all very, very welcome. Y'all love on each other. Nadia, go sing your heart out, darling. Sing us a song. And yeah, we can start attacking some stories of past lives, and we can get into that. I don't have a problem with that. So y'all make notes and keep paying attention to global events because we want to stay on track of that too. And if you still got financial, I know, Michael, that's one of your very big concerns. Do it, darling. Just let me know. Mar, all of you, everybody that comes in only gets a chance every once in a while. Thank you for stopping in. Lisa, all of you. I love all of you. You know me. Love and light. Lobe and light. Magic Mike over here in the corner sends his love. And I will see you on Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless there's big breaking news this weekend, and you know me, I'll do it. Thank you again, Caroline, for all the hard work you've done on all the thumbnails. I love you. Love and light, some and love you, darlings. Michael's doing some dance magic, Mike. All right.
He can dance for me.
I love y'all. Recover your turkey time. I will see you on Monday. Love you, darlings.